And here we go. Hello, everybody. It seems like it's been a long time since we've actually had a chance to talk. But hey, welcome to the first episode of the Southern Comfort Podcast. I'm your host, Keita King. If this is your first time joining, please don't let it be your last time joining. However, if you are a faithful follower and whether you're just now tuning in and rocking with me since the podcast or you've been rocking with me since radio, nonetheless, I greatly appreciate you. At the end of the day, I do this for fun, and I also do it to allow exposure for artists, or just sometimes just to have a good conversation and let you guys eavesdrop on it, which you've been very faithful to do. So I appreciate that. I want to say, because I've been planning to come on live for a while, and just to kind of let you guys know kind of where I am in regard to just really pretty much the podcast, because I pretty much live a private life or whatever. However, I did take January off, so if you miss me, I miss you, of course. And life just kind of hit. I'll just put it that way. Does life gonna do what life gonna do? Let's put it that. That's probably put it more blatant than any way other way. So I thank you, those of you who have I've had to talk to and reschedule, and you rocked with me and what weren't too off put by me having to reschedule you. I appreciate that, because I have dealt with a lot. And those of you who know, you know, and I thank you so much for your prayers. I do want to say this real quick before we get into the podcast. I'm not going to be long winded in regard to this intro, but I just want to say it's important that you extend the same grace to people that you would like and claim for yourself. And so and I'm not speaking to anyone in particular or anything like that. I'm really not wired that way. I'm just gonna put it out there, and what you do with it is what you do with it. However, you never know what a person is going through. You never know what a person is doing. You just never know, and it is so easy to assume. It's so easy to feel like you've been off put or that you've just been shoved to the side. That's not the case with me. And I have been um, just a lot has happened. I put it that way. By all means, please keep my dad in your prayers, as he is. He's. I initially said he had a massive heart attack, but no, he didn't have a massive heart attack. He died. God saw will fit to, and it was in His will to bring him back. So we are on the mend prayerfully, and his heart is now functioning at about 10 to 15%, which is better than 0%. So with that being said, thank you for your prayers, and please, by all means, not just to me, to anybody, be patient with people, and don't always assume the worst, because a lot of times we're wrong. And you know what they say about assumptions. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I do have this amazing guest who's coming on, and he don't even know. Like, I've kind of like stalked him and been researching him, and so I'm really intrigued and excited about talking to him. I'm gonna bring him in now because I want you guys, if you have not already seen or heard the music of Mr. Sky Whatley, well, you need to, okay? So, with no further ado, welcome to the show,
Hello, everyone. How
Mr.
y'all
Sky
doing?
Whatley. So just to go back a little bit or whatever, and I probably put you on the spot just a tad, Sky, because this is, make no mistake about it, those of you who are tuned in, ladies, this is the this is the sexy new artist, Southern Soul Men Edition. And he is going to kick this thing off all of February, lady. I'm bringing you your Valentine's essentials. All right? Right. Is that all right, Sky? Is that all
That's
right?
all right. I'm Mr. Sexy Man. That was nearly Tiger Travis said, I'm the official new Mr. Sexy Man.
I saw that. And I will tell you, I was impressed. We're gonna get to that, but I was like, now if Nelly say it, then it's okay that I say it too. So.
That's right.
Well, anyway, again, welcome to the show. I thank you
Thank
again for being so patient. He is actually one of the artists that he's just been gracious, and I had to reschedule him, and we've been able to work well together, and here we are. So, with no further ado, again, welcome to the show, Sky Whatley. Now, guys, you are David.
Yeah, for sure.
David Whatley Jr. Okay, all right. So, how did you come up with the name Sky?
So, for people who don't know, I used to work with JT Money and Luke out of Miami. So I sung a lot of JT Money hooks, and I toured with him for a long time. So when I got with them, I was like, I'm younger than them. So like, I was like a rock star partying all the time. Like couldn't get up in the morning for the radio. It's time to hit the next city. I'm still asleep. So the JTs always bang on my door like, so my nickname Peanut and Nut. He'd be like, Nut Skywalker. So he started taking the Luke name like this is Luke, like the opposite of what Luke people think Luke would be. He's not like that, but like the party image, right? Yeah. Nut, every time being on my door, it'd be like Nut Skywalker, open the door, bro. You party too much, whatever. Yeah. And so it went from that to like I was using the Skywalker, but it's hard to get that cleared and stuff. So, one of my cousins, I think, let's try just Sky Whatley, like your last name Whatley. So put the Sky with it. And that was what we did, and it's been working ever since. So that's the name. JT Money gave me that name, Nut Skywalker.
Like because I've got to touch on JT Money, like because in college, and I'm gonna go back, but you done made me jump ahead, so I gotta rock with it. That song,
Who that?
Who that? That was my
Yeah, man. Shout out to JT Money, Soleil, Dallas Austin, them my people. Yeah, that was Billboard of the Year that year, single of the year. Like I said, he was just on Drink Champs. Last week, JT was Salute, the legend. Oh. Yeah, they finally got him in. They gave him his flower, big plaque. It was nice. Great show. Y'all check that out. But yeah, it was JT who did that. I toured with him for a long time, man. That's when I came out of undergrad. That's why I went straight on the road with him. And it's been a great, I learned a lot from him, like especially this independent grind. That's why I think like the way I'm moving with the Southern Soul, I understand it. The independent grind, hand to hand grind.
Right. That was one of our big songs in college. I'm an AKA, and that was one of our strut songs in college. So when I was researching, I was like, JT Money, wait, hold on. I know who that is. So I had to a little bit further or whatever. But let's go back. Let's go back to all the way to the beginning. And Rocktown Made Me.
Yeah.
Rocktown, let's talk about that.
So Rocktown, that's where I'm from, like 40 miles west of Atlanta, Metro Atlanta. Rockmart. We named it Rocktown in high school, and it's funny because like the dancers in the high school now is called Rocktown Steppers. So like they embraced it, like the whole city embraced it. So that's what it's called, Rocktown now. That we changed the whole name, but like around 9th grade, we started a group called Rocktown Click, and I was morely doing like back then like quartet. Like I come from a quartet background, you know what I'm saying. So we were doing church stuff. But you in the hood, you living in the hood and stuff. So you get your friends doing this. So they started a group, and then they brought me in as the singing guy. Back then you had the Nate Doggs and all that. They had at least one singing guy, Doug Shack, Moby Dick. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's singing. So I was the singing guy, and I was rapping too back then. So it was just whatever fit the record back then. But that was it. Rocktown. That's where I'm from. Rocktown, USA.
So I checked out your biopic.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned, that you come from very humble beginnings. And said that really struck me was you talked about, and I think there was even a flash of your grandmother on the biopic and or on the whatever you want to call it, the biography. Nonetheless, you talked about how growing up in Georgia, you talked about how, at a point in time, you guys had an outhouse.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now I never
That's
experienced it.
really from the bottom, man. I'm saying like getting it out the mud for real. Like, yeah, we had our house, man. I remember it like it was crazy, man, because we had like all the family members. It's like a 2-bedroom house, but it's like 4 or 5 families in there. Like
Yeah.
all us living, like my mother, me, my smaller sister staying in bed, and then my grandmother, some grandkids, my aunt, her kids, another bed with my cousins that was older. And yeah, man, we had our house at nighttime. You know, you didn't want to go out there because of the woods and stuff. So they had these buckets you would cover up with these plywood and bleach and pour in there just to keep the smell up if someone had to go. But y'all remember that, like, yeah, it's legit, man. It was, but you know, we didn't know like it was so much family love. Like I say in there, it was just like,
Hmm.
you know, we got to get it, you know, and the love with us. So we was, you know, I didn't see it until I went back and looked, and I thought as an adult, like, damn, we went from negative. Like a lot of people start with shit, we was in the negative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The
Right.
images. So yeah, man, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just saying, yeah, we from the bottom. When they started from the bottom, man, for real, bro. But we had pride, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and drive, you know what I'm saying. We didn't let it hold us back. Like all of my cousins, sisters, all of us like successful now, you know what I'm saying, in the other stuff that we do outside of music, you see. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I never went or experienced the whole outhouse thing. My mom did, however, but I do remember my grandmother, I'm sorry, my great grandmother, prior to her having like a functioning restroom. I remember what that whole process was like. So I can relate. When I saw that, I was like, oh, damn, I know what that, I get it.
That shit is scary as a kid. They're like, damn.
Yeah, you ain't trying to walk up on a snake. But
Yeah, man.
though it's those type things that really ground you,
Oh yeah,
regardless
definitely.
of where
Definitely.
you go, what you got popping, or what on the other side of everything that you're doing, which I believe is success. Those are your roots, so it keeps you grounded.
It also keeps you like, you know what I'm saying, it motivates you. You're not scared risk factor wise. Like, calculated risk, of course, but like to go get it because it ain't enough for me to bottom out. I can live in any element. You feel what I'm saying? Like, far as me taking a risk, some people scared to lose, or you know what I'm saying? Or, if they do lose, that's part of the game. Like, you got your highs and your lows in any game you in. If I had to go to a 1-bed apartment or sleeping on the floor of my partner house or whatever it is, from what I got now, I can do that if it's, you know what I'm saying? It ain't going, my mental will still be here intact. You know what I'm saying? Ready to get on my next move. But like, some people who can't touch that, they not saying like that, but they hurt themselves, harm themselves, get mentally depressed and all that. But
Yeah.
me, I found it was peace there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes more peace than you get when you get the $1 million house and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. No, I absolutely do. Some of the most peace I've had was going to the country to my grandmother's house, who's still living, and just really just being there. And
right.
all I smell literally is cow shit and I all I hear is if someone passes by and they blow the horn, or it's just peaceful and
They
it's,
wave every time they ride by. They wave. It don't matter how many times they come back down. This shit. If you don't wave, they beefing, bro. I don't give a damn. They don't wave at you all day long. You don't wave at one time. Oh yeah. I need to check that.
oh gosh. Okay, so um we talked about the JT Money thing, and at that point in time you said you were singing, but it was more of a like a R&B type
It was
thing.
hood though. It was hood. No, I
Good.
don't mind being hood. So like my lyrics always were hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was saying like the Nate Dogg, the Moby Dicks, you know what I'm saying? Dub Shack, like that's inspired me. Like those artists, like so I could adapt to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was around, plus they rapping gangster shit in the song. So I had to come clean. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So at what point in time did you decide, okay, I'm gonna go solo and I'm gonna do my own thing? I know a lot of people got their start, in church, and I think you did too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
But because your dad.
Yeah, quartet. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
quartet baby. That's what they hear in my music. And a lot of time when they be saying like, so I'm working with over there with doing some record with Kang 803, like George, and shout out to King George, Ace Vision, Dominic, all of them, right? But a lot of time what they don't understand is they hearing is a quartet sound when they try to compare us on like certain records. Like if it not sounding like it's a lock and a drive. No, it's just a quartet sound. It's a natural sound. It's not a pretty sound like no runs and all that crazy. Like not the choir boy. This the bad boy who come in church, party Saturday night. His grandma brought him in on Sunday. He the quartet baby, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they hearing like, and I think you're gonna see some more there in Southern Soul because a lot of those quartet guys are like coming over here in Southern Soul. Not like that, they listening to it, they like it a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a cousin of it, it's a cousin of quartet, and that's why I think George had a lot of success, very talented, and it's that it give you that soulful feel that quartet that we used to listen to, and my songs have that element to it as well. But yeah, I started out with that, and then when I went to undergrad, I was also into rock. So like,
I know.
Yeah, so in Atlanta, I'm known as Nut Skywalker is the creator of hood rock. So all that Party Like a Rock Star, Rock Man, all that whole era, crunk rock, Lil Jon. I'm like considered the originator of that sound, the hood rock sound in Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay, so who was Party Like a Rock Star? I remember
that was Shop Boys. That was the Shop Boys.
Shop Boys, that's right. That's right.
But I'm like the creator, like in their video, like when they did their sign, I did when it spoke to Universal, because I was up there working at Universal Motown when I was about to sign my thing. It was downstairs at Universal Republic, and like mine was more on the biggest. The in theory, like the scale I was doing on live band and all that bigger, but they did is kind of mimicked it basically and made it like 808s and guitars and all that. Made it hood a little bit, but the image didn't go with it. That's why it kind of, what I'm saying, it was a big record. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a big. I love the record. Like I love the record. But yeah, so that's what I'm known for, the originator of hood rock.
I listened to your song Carpe Diem.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, and you didn't even have all this. I was like, I had to do like a double. I was like, is that him?
I ain't heard of that then.
You did, and so yeah, it completely switched or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I was listening to it, it gave me a light rock feel. It gave me like a flirting a little bit with pop, and
yeah.
And I love the energy of the video. Like that video, it's one of those that just makes you happy.
Yeah, definitely. It was like a more movies. Shout out to my cousin, the Whatley. So I got another cousin. He's a big major producer. Produced for everybody. We came together. We first cousins and put that. We're just trying. I'm not scared to push it. Like you'll see some records that I'm coming with that's a bigger sound. It's still a Southern Soul, but it's a bigger sound, deeper sound, right? Like the Trail Ride is a little sample of that. Like I'm testing a Trail Ride song with an R&B Southern Soul sound, like pushing it all the way to the edge, but not pushing it too far, right?
Right.
But Carpe Diem was Seize the Day, of course. It was just a time where we was like, hey, man, let's just try something. Like, have fun with the record, put the rock element and put a little pop element in it and inspire somebody to seize the day. Like, that's all you got. When you're going through something, just seize the day, get through the day, and you're good.
So just to segue into, you mentioned about you are open to, and you push the envelope or you push it, but you don't go off the edge. It still remains Southern Soul. And honestly, I feel like in the times we're living in, the era we're living in regard to how many young people now are so engaged in Southern Soul. I'll be honest, when my dad would play blues, I'd be irritated.
Yeah.
So sick of hearing this. I don't want to hear this, but it's like now things are totally different.
Definitely.
And of course they're different with me, but I mean like the younger generation, they are taking like, Southern Soul, of course it has its roots in Bears Johnson, but ultimately it is deeply rooted in blues.
Definitely.
And so you have young people who are taking that and they are doing their line dances, their TikToks, whatever they choose to do. So which tells me there's a lot more room and growth for.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just the tip of it. I mean, like you gotta think they used to. So the kids used to a rounded off measure with this beat machines and synthesizers. Like that's not natural. When you get into blues and R&B, Southern Soul, when they plant it, that's not rounded off to a beat. That's going off feeling. So that can't do nothing but connect to the body and the soul. You see what I'm saying? So that's what get them to moving.
Right.
That's cutting the food. So you can't deny that when all you listen to is round off for 4 for 16 beat a measure off beat machines and engineering, right? Rappers they ain't really playing. They just beat machine, rounding it off on a 416. So they used to that. But when they hear some real naturalness, you can't help but attach to it because you got a soul, right? So that's where that's connected with them, and it's just taking them to another element. And like I say, yeah, it's like I'm here in Atlanta, man. So I'm getting like a lot of them that's knowing I'm doing it right now that I know from the labels, the bigger labels of hip hop and all that. They pulling up on me like, hey, tell me about this. How can we take it to the next level? But you have to be careful too at the same time to protect the genre because they'll water it down and it'll be overnight. They blow it up so big it'll turn pop and get stole and they'll steal it. That's what happened with hood rock. I wanted to be more of a culture or something that we did, not to go pop with it, but like underground where it's real strong, where it lasts, like what Southern Soul is doing, versus them making it big how it did with the party like Rockstar and all that, and it just died overnight.
Right. You know, one thing about Southern Soul is, you know, I mean, you have your R&B, you have your country, and I think country is a little bit it relates well, but Southern Soul is a lot of a lifestyle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's you may call it culture, you may call it subculture. I don't know. It's not one of those things where you just have a heartbreak and you just and you sing about it or you just
right.
Sing. You can,
I mean,
huh?
I think it's everything. I mean, when I see it, so for me,
it's a gumbo pot.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's why when they be saying like too many people in, it's not too many, man. It's stronger than ever. It's getting stronger because you got more people interested in it. And what they doing is people don't understand when you running from something, right? So like the hip hop game has been so like taken over by the masses, right? Killing brothers, killing people. It's not fun anymore. There's no dancing going on. It's just beefing and shooting. They want to come somewhere and have a good time. Like, you know what I'm saying? One of my, like, they use my people laying out there do trail ride stuff, how I started getting the mixing into it, right? But when I saw it for one time, it clicked for me, and I tell people this story. It was like I saw the grandkids, the mothers, the nieces, the grandmama, the granddaddy, all out there cutting, having a good ass time in the nighttime, in the middle of the dark, with entertainment and going on, right? So it was like, say if the slave master said, y'all got the night off, y'all can do whatever y'all here, cut loose. And that's the feeling I got from it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's different when it touches the soul, man. It's like soul food.
Yeah, it's like you say, you can do in your song, Trail Ride, actually. You can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I grew up going to trail rides. Granted, they don't look like they used to look, you know, back in the day or whatever. However, my next question is, since you do have a song about trail riding, I don't know how it goes down in Atlanta. Shout out to the A. I don't know how it goes down in Atlanta. Oh, listen, I should have worn my sunglasses. That's a nice ring, by the way. Hey. But I don't know how it goes down there. I just know at least in Texas, and maybe some of the border states, I'm not sure, but I know there's been a lot of negative controversy, or just controversy, period, and negative content that's been released because of negative situations.
I heard, bro. Like, it's different over here, though. So when I did the trail ride, it's funny you mentioned that. I got a call from a PR. It was some person, but they were saying, your trail ride record is calm. It's about fun and peace. And they was like, do you mind we use it? Because they were saying out in, I guess, the West Texas, some of they had shootings. They had a lot of beef, different crews beefing and stuff. So I'm like, for real? Like, this is where we go for peace.
Right.
Like, we ain't banging none of the bangers. They let all that go. Neutral out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, in Atlanta, it's murders like crazy out here, like in the streets. But we get in those spaces like that. That's neutral, because grandma, like everybody out, that's neutral right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't do it there. Not I mean, their culture is what your culture do. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? On nobody culture. I respect the turf wherever I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like how they get down with their politics. But when I heard that, it made sense. They like, we like to play it. Would you mind coming out? Like, if we had to say it, I'm like, yeah, I'll come out. You know what I'm saying? It's about peace. Because this is like, damn, if we destroy everything we got, where the hell we going to go?
Exactly.
Like, this is where the peace in Atlanta. Everybody's saying how to trail ride. I got strippers and everybody want to go to trail ride. You feel what I'm saying? Because they know it's like the element type of dude I am. If I'm doing it, it got to be fly. it gotta be fun. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring it to another element, and you're gonna see when we doing it. Like we got 3-4 clubs out there on 100 acres. They so far apart that once the show shut down, you find in them rooms and you can fit 50, 60 people in the tent like the club. You know what I'm saying? So,
gotcha.
Like, and then it's going to evolve into more of the girls and like later. You know what I'm saying? How Atlanta do it, but
I would like to experience Atlanta style trail riding. I would honestly say it's kind of been baffling to me because I can't really say there's a certain thing I could put my finger on to say why it is different or why it is taking that type of approach in Texas, because you have Jeter Jones, who's the king of trail ride blues.
Yeah.
Don't talk about nothing. His music is it's dance music. It's a feel good type thing. It's a vibe. And then you have all the other artists that
they got them outlaws out there. They got some real cowboy like back in the day.
Right.
That's what it is. That's the real cowboy. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's I think this is just me thinking.
I'm just talking shit.
And right. I just think that because it has been such an attraction to younger people, and
not really with the culture, just tapping in, and then the drinking, alcohol, whatever. You get involved, you get a little rowdy represent, because I see there's a lot of representation out there with the outfits and cliques and all that. Whenever you do that, it's gonna be some little rowdies, you know what I'm saying? And it can take it there, but it's up to the OGs, and not putting it out on the OGs. It's about who running it. Like, if you gonna have your one-offs and stuff like that, but if some people who respect who running them things, who already checking at the door, you know what I'm saying, or they respect the people who throwing it, it's a different climate. Stuff can still happen. I'm not saying you ain't gonna have nothing, but like, you gotta regulate it. But you still gonna have the knuckleheads. People gonna have, drinks and wild out. That's part of it too. I mean, like country people get the wildest, I think, sometimes. Like, we do it at the damn family reunion and shit. When you got one uncle, somebody gonna cut a food, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's still a peaceful thing that we have, that we can still correct that, right?
Right.
Like, even if they have those issues out there, I'm sure the way the culture is moving, you know what I'm saying, like, we can adjust to that and handle it in-house. Like, I'm sure they handle that in-house. Sometimes it's about not letting the public handle it or say what they got going on in their politics, and let the people in control handle that.
Right.
Yeah.
At this point, it's some of it is, and I'm gonna move on. It's become kind of legal in some of the instances here, just because private property is private property.
Oh yeah, you get messed up.
To somebody to get in, and then somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot of things, and I'm gonna say this about trail riding, just throwing it out there, but I'm gonna say this about Southern Soul as a genre, period, that we could probably do a better job of, in regard to just making sure our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed, and we're professional across the board, and we have ourselves covered.
Right.
And whether it's just patenting something, or whether it's having the rights to your song, whether it's going about the right way to make sure you have a trail ride. Now it literally has to be done the right way. At least it does here. Like, I think that it's just a good practice, and in order to see it, and I think it will, in order to see it go to the Grammy level, those are things I think we have to have in place.
Definitely.
Now, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. They might. If you start killing each other, they'll give you the Grammy. That's what they want. See, we gotta do the opposite though. We can't do that though. We gotta control. No. I'm being like sarcastic, but like, that's what that's not. They're not with us though. The Grammy people, they can care less. They want that. That's why we gotta understand what we got is so sacred. Like, it's so dope because we control it, and it's one of the last things that we control, especially with music.
Right. And actually, whether we want it, and I say y'all know I don't sing nothing, but I'm just saying, whether we want it to or not, we've actually, and we are crossing over.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I saw just as many white women singing and white people period singing and dancing to some of the trail ride songs or just to King George or whomever. So we do. There is really a good thing. We just have to protect it and
Definitely, definitely.
and and continue to grow and develop it and just keep it as professional as we can. Okay, so I got one more question and then we're gonna plead the fifth, and I don't know if you are used to plead the fifth. I'll explain it.
I,
So
I,
what?
I mean, I know in court what it means.
Well, okay, basically the same thing. But let me ask you this. Okay, so I've listened to some of your music and I noticed in the song Chevy, JT.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
Yes.
classic. That's a big record. That was a big record.
Yes, you sang a lot of falsetto.
Hmm.
Like, so is that more natural for you
Yeah,
than it is? Okay, because it seemed like it was natural, but I was like, I gotta ask him, like, is that his, like, is that
yeah, it's natural because I grew up like the violinaires. The violinaires, that's what I used to listen to. And Paul Beasley with the keynotes and all them, you know what I'm saying? Willie Neal Johnson, Robert Black, violinaires. So all them with them tops. So I always on top. I got some songs coming with the tops, but it just, I don't think that's more for my live show.
okay?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Southern Soul is more of the groove. I ain't trying to go in there and do Prince on the record.
I get it. I totally get it. I I liked it. I thought it was a good. It seemed strained or stretched or out of your element. That I had to ask because I was like, this seemed real natural for him. Like,
Oh
but
yeah,
I
yeah. That's what I normally do, that top, yeah.
okay. Okay, so let's plead the fifth and let's get out of here. So let me tell you how it goes. It's just like court. The only thing is, I'm going to ask you 5 questions. And my whole goal is to make you plead the fifth. So if you plead the fifth on the first question, we done.
Oh shit, I got you.
Not a problem. But don't be flaky just because I
Oh
said
no, no, we're gonna keep that thing tight. Wow.
it. All right. Okay, so you're married, right?
Correct.
All right, so I reached out to you. Shout out to your wife, Miss Whatley. I reached out to you, and I'm like, I'm doing this sexy new artist of Southern Soul thing or whatever, and you were like, okay, you were cool, been great to work with, by the way, been great to work with.
Likewise, likewise,
So,
likewise.
so how your wife feel about that? You tell her the truth. You tell her I'm gonna be looked at as a sexy man.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. She be laughing at me because she think, I think I'm just that fly anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like she always joking with me, like, cause my dad like that too. Like he
Okay.
like worse than me. Like he dressed every day like, see, he like Morris Day. They look alike. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right
they be
there.
think he Morris Day. Like, you know what I'm saying, on the picture. So they look like not like that, but they resemble each other. But I mean
I,
that's just me. Like, I'm a Leo. I'm an artist first. I like the man of leisure. I like to be tight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she know. She's like, oh, you like that, don't you? You like that, don't you? I saw the comment. I'm like, on the sex, man. You see this? You look, look, look. She like, oh, you like that, don't you? Yeah, you like it. Yeah, they go to your head, don't you? Go sit down somewhere. Yeah.
That's good though, because you gotta keep it fun
Yeah.
and hearted. So yeah, because you are a handsome man, and I'm pretty sure
Thank you.
that all types of things coming your way, coming her way too, which leads me to question number 2. What is the absolute strangest, weirdest thing a woman ever did while you were on stage?
Oh man, me and Jay got this. So if you've been in the game a long time, like when you're doing them bigger shows where they can just reach, well, they got a name for it. It's called DG.
What does DG stand for? That's a strip club, I
Can you
hear.
curse on this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dick grabbers.
So they literally just grope you, grab you.
Now, so now, like with me now, back in then when I was just young and doing it, you mess around. But now it's like, first of all, you don't know who on the fucking front row. You don't know because you like, hey, that.
Right, right,
So I'm
yeah.
chopping hands. They think I'm trying to. So the funny thing is, I'm chopping hands, like, but they think I'm trying to give them dap.
That's yeah.
And I'm playing along with it, so I'm trying to chop their fucking hands so they don't grab me. But they think I'm trying to give them a high, like 5.
Wow. Yeah, you not you. Yeah, you can't be having the D. DGs.
No, it's just like, that's part of the culture, like, you know what I'm saying? But like you have to find ways to navigate and still interact with the fans, you know what I'm saying? Those get aggressive, they try to grab money, phones, chains. I haven't dealt with a lot more of that in Southern Soul. But on the rap side, they try to grab whatever they can grab, chains, whatever they can get.
So on the Southern Soul side, you dealt more with the DGs.
Yeah. That's
okay. I learned something today. All right. So it's DGs, guys. Don't be a DG. All right. Don't be a DG.
Smile in your face all the time to come take a place. Them big grabbers.
Oh, right on. Okay, so I know that you mentioned yourself, strip clubbing. What's the name of the spot? The main spots out there.
The Magic City, Onyx.
Magic City,
King of Diamonds.
You wilded out before you were tamed. Let's just say that, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Brings me back to his song, "They Changed Me." You guys have to check that out. He actually talks about it, and of course goes into more depth that we'll talk about tonight in regard to. But basically, he talks about "They Changed Me," okay? And he used to hang out every night.
Right.
He do all these
every night for real though, for real.
Oh, I could tell.
About 12 years, 10, 12, yeah, every night.
Yeah. I can believe you, just, and not because of our meeting today. I'm just saying, having gone on and just kind of like who is this guy? Who is he? Just research whatever. I'm like, you live that life.
They can do their research on me. They can call and check. It's gonna check out.
It's gonna check out.
It's gonna check out, Jack.
So with that being said, question number 3, you said Bay changed you. What exactly was it that you say? Well, what was that? Take me to that moment, that instance, that whatever. As long as it's not too risque, that changed you. Because why? What happened?
Just accountability. I think, like, you know what I'm saying. Like when you got it, you getting it. You hot, you know what I'm saying? You in the city like Atlanta where, you know what I'm saying, you get what you want. Like, man, I'm saying, certain guys in the city in my era, like, it was moving a certain way, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. Like, if you were popping Maybachs, whatever you got, cars, Rolls, whatever you ride, you know what I'm saying, you get what you want. But when you run into that one that really, like, hold you accountable on your diet, your skin care and getting to, like, rest and getting you suited. Like, I was wearing all the designer stuff, but, like, when it came to my suit game, I was just getting ripped off. I'm buying stuff, but they ain't even alternate cutting it right or getting it tailored, just tweaking you, like getting you to turn you into a man, like, you know what I'm saying, like transition into that space. Mm-hmm. And just overall, like, holding you accountable, challenging you when you say you're going to do this, you don't do it, why you didn't do it, like, you know what I'm saying, getting you tight on your game, on a different type of game, though. Like, you know what I'm saying, so you can last out here, not just, burn yourself out. Yeah, so that was more of it, health-wise and, analyzing, financially, getting stable and personal assets and, setting yourself up, right?
So she basically came with, hoes coming down the dozen. No disrespect, mama, because I know my mama's gonna look at this, but but they come a dime a dozen. But then you have somebody who genuinely is investing in you and your well-being.
Right. And that's the conversation you don't get, so it kind of stand out.
That was kind of an easy question because you answered that one really, really easy. So let me ask you this. We're gonna leave Wifey and Bay out of it now, but y'all check out that song "Bay Changed Me."
They just hit number 1. DJ Jazz, I got it this morning from Lisa Good on the record pool, number 1 in Dallas on his chart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this morning. Yeah, Bay Changed.
I'm gonna have to touch base with you about that afterwards. I'm actually in Dallas, so I'm gonna have to touch base with you about that afterwards. That would be really, really good because I know them, but I don't know them.
Yeah.
I know of them or whatever, but I would like to maybe with them and make that connection. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this first. And I ask a lot of the guys this: if you had a choice between whether or not you were going to have your sex tape leaked, or you were going to be ridiculed for making had a really shitty song, which would you choose?
Ridicule, like in the space I'm in now, or like you said, so ridicule for a badass song or
Like
a sex
a
tape.
song, like a just
I
a
mean, I'm gonna have to get the bad song because I ain't out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm on PI than I am. I ain't on the trick side, the square side. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't with the
no,
honey.
I don't.
I ain't with the honey. I'm with the money.
Okay, so no, I don't know what you said. So break that down.
So let
You
me
on?
tell you. So I ain't on the trick side. So I ain't gonna be out here showing me doing that. That ain't my stilo. We get money off it. You know what I'm saying? Not doing
Okay,
it. You feel what I'm saying? So
okay,
I really just had a bad record. You know,
okay.
keep my game tight.
That is a first. Like okay, that's first.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the ism, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hadn't. That's the first one I got that I can remember anyway. That actually said like,
That's what I'm saying. I'm not on that square lane, Jack. I'm on the other side to get it off the track.
okay, okay, I got you. All right. So who is your Southern Soul crush?
Miss Nelly. Yeah,
I knew you were gonna. Nelly is everybody's crush.
and I like another one. She dope too. I think though. Like you got what's her name? CC Dee Simone. What's her name? She in California.
Oh, Jason Knight. Oh, California. I don't know.
Dee
Oh, I know
Simone.
what you're talking about. All I know is Dee Dee. I
Dee
don't know
yeah, Dee dope. Ice
from.
Star dope. Ice Star dope too. That's my partner, Ice Star. You know what I'm saying? She cool. She dope from Louisiana. She coming up. Yeah, but but Nelly, she the goat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody's crushing on Nelly. I had an artist say that like the last time. I think my last interview prior to taking a break, he was like, "Man, Nelly." There was one more. It may have been. Um, mm, it was Nelly, and it was one more, and I cannot think of who it is right now. But this now that was five, but I gotta ask you this. This is it. I promise. This is it. So, did you choose to go bald, or did God make that choice for you? Like, was this a part of your sex appeal? Since we're talking
No
about
man. So like it's both, I think, because I could rock it like the low, like a little bit longer than this and line it up. But I was like, I ain't finna do all that, man.
yeah,
Let me just go on and do it. It is what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? And change my image. Like I said, I had the waves and all that, you know what I'm saying, when I used to wear mine. And I just said, I grow it here and do the opposite, do the flip. It's about reinventing yourself, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm an artist, so I'm gonna make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't on you, it's in you. You
that's
feel me?
right.
So you know what I'm saying? So I got the confidence and that flair.
That's right. You do. You do have a flair about you. And I'm sure that a lot of, especially a lot of the women, who follow your music and stuff, they see that. First of all, once Nelly endorses you as Mr. Sexy Man, it kind of it's a done deal.
Man, that was crazy how it happened too, man. It
How
was
did y'all? Okay, so let me say this. How did that happen?
so I got some labels and stuff. I'll tell you about some labels that were looking at like the labels. I told you about one. So I got
Yeah.
invited out to a concert in Columbia, Southern Soul Blues Festival, like the big tour with all them Calvin, KG, Danny Boy, shout out them boy, and all them
Mhm.
promoters. So they told me meet them there. They want to take me to a good time, let me meet all the artists, because they want to ink me, sign me and stuff. So I went out there and met them, and I got backstage. So I got I do my the cowboy gear that they wear and all that. I get
Yeah.
mine altered and cut. You know what I'm saying? I get it real cut.
I thought it was pretty
So
done.
so when I
Mhm.
came in, one of the promoters was like, damn, who the hell this nigga clean as hell. So we
Yeah.
laughed. So they take me to the side of the stage, and the host, it wasn't Marvin Dixon, it was another promoter there from South Carolina. He one of those promoters too. He was looking at me. I'm thinking like, damn, they look at me like I'm tripping now. I'm looking stupid or something. He was looking me up and down like, damn. And here comes the song. He said, hold on, come here. He's like, no, push me out there. You're a star, nigga, get out there. And when they see the crowd, he didn't know they've been knowing because he just thinking like, oh, this dude trying to get in it. But they know in South Carolina, I'm on fire. So
Mhm.
they start hollering, Sky, like even in the video, he said, that's Sky, that's Sky. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it just made them go crazy, you know what I'm saying, the crowd. And so after that, like he was like, damn, sexy man. So they start viral, the TikToks and all that. And then me and her we met up with my management and her team, and I ran back into it at the awards again at the Southern Soda Awards. I had to perform. They invited me out to perform at the last. I got added last, because my name was buzzing. Like, we want you to perform at the awards, and I met her then, and then was at another event like the next night, and that's when we really kind of connect. She was like, man, you cool as shit. Like, you a cool person. Like, I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's when she started sending it out like, this is Sexy Man. Then the other day she did it like, hey, this was the first time I gave her that Sexy Man role, and it's just been love ever since. So it's been caught its own little wings, and it's been going.
And if you guys don't know what video we're talking about, I'm definitely gonna post it because you guys have to see it. It made my heart warm. I'm like, oh my god, because I love Ellie.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, for sure.
Love her. And then there you were, and I was like, look at this. Like, it was good vibes, good feels. You are going to be at the, what is it called? Girls and Coolers. What is Yayo's?
Oh yeah. The Coolers and Daisy Dukes. What is it?
It's
Coolers and Books.
But Coolers is spelled Couler.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope you know I can spell. I literally just got this.
Yeah, he did it a different way. Yeah, I'm gonna be out there in Mississippi. With shout out to Big Yayo. That's my dog, man. We got some records too. We got some records we about to do, man. He didn't know how to get down, so I had to send him some hooks. He like, oh shit, oh hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I do that Prince stuff and all that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so, that's up his alley.
Yeah, because he ain't scared to do them kind of records. That Rick James and all that. I do all that. Yeah, man. So.
Yeah, and then are you gonna be out at Spring Fling?
I don't know yet. So I'm being Mobile Sunday. They booked me Sunday. Betsy and what's the other lady name? The host. Forgot her name. She's well known in Southern Soul. They got this new thing where they bring a new artist to Mobile for them. So I'll be there Sunday. But Betsy working there. I know they told me to submit some stuff like last week to them, but I haven't heard anything back. But I got that. I got Baton Rouge on Super Bowl Sunday. I got that big Mother's Day with Calvin Richardson out there in Mississippi on Mother's Day. Me and B2K got a lot of dates coming up. Me and Yayo got a lot of dates with Tucker, and I'm working on a record with King 803 over there. We're doing a big record.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it, guys. If you are unfamiliar or you just getting back familiarized, maybe you followed him in his
Who that?
Man, when I tell you that come on and it's on, it's a whole vibe. But if you guys want to check him out, you can. He has a presence on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's a presence on Facebook, YouTube, and it's literally just how it's spelled. It's Sky, and then it's Whatley, Whatley, and then you can be nosy and research. I had an excuse because I had to interview. Can't interview without research. But if you want to be nosy, check him out. I look forward to seeing what you got coming later. Especially this new
coming, man. I'm telling you, man. Watch. I promise you. Watch. Just watch. Y'all just wait. What's about to happen this summer? What I'm about to drop. I promise you.
Can I just get like? Don't treat me like everybody else.
Oh no, I'm gonna slide it to you. Like I'm gonna slide you. I got some, man. I got a secret. So something might be about to happen about that record I'm working on. This special person might be on it. So that if that happens, it's really over with.
All right.
Yeah.
I am freaking excited. I'm excited about where I feel like Southern Soul is going, but I'm excited that you have risk takers like you who are like, hey, I got this to offer and I got this little edge about myself, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to, disrespect or
the culture. I'm gonna stay locked in with it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride it out. I ain't gonna set it out.
That part.
Let me give a shout out to my people though. 278 Entertainment. That's my group. YG, Bando, Tap. Talk to him, Jones, Super Treasy, Will Nice Producers, Kang 803. My boy Jay Lake. We got a record. Jay Lake is a hard artist out of Memphis. You gotta get with him, Jay Lake. Big Yayo, you know what I'm saying? Tone, Doc Love, all my people, Yolanda 101, Trail Riders 101, all that. So yeah, man, Jay, you guys look at Jay Lake. Oh man, he hard.
I'm gonna actually don't let if I may have to text you and be like, now who was that you said again? But I'm definitely going. And I wondered if he's this Memphis person I haphazardly just came up on. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, and again, but so much.
BYS.
So much, guys. Listen, we're back. I took a minute off, regroup, and get some things done, and now here I am. So make sure you tune in every Thursday, 7:30 Central Standard Time. Okay, so it'll be 7:30 if you're in this time. It'll be 8:30, of course, if you're on the East Coast. It'll be, what is that, 5:30 if you're on the West Coast. Nonetheless, it goes live for us here at 7:30. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can catch these things. I always pull out highlights, so if you don't get to see the video, hopefully you will check out these highlights, and then it'll send you to the video. All right, I thank you guys for joining us. Sky?
I appreciate it, man. Everybody, check me out, like all social media. Hey, we here. Let's go. Sky Whatley.
All your name, right? Everything, all your
everything is Sky Whatley. Yeah, everything is Sky Whatley. You'll see it all pull up. We got a lot of new records finna drop, man. And Trail Ride is out now. Bay Change is out now. Y'all go get it. If you ain't got on it yet, go check it out. You're gonna enjoy it.
Well, I'll be posting some stuff, so you guys, if you're lazy, just go to the Southern Comfort podcast page, and I'll put some stuff right there so you can get up close and personal with Sky Whatley. We look forward to seeing what you got coming. Don't be a stranger. I'll be in touch with you, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to you too, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. And like I said, we come to Texas now. It's spreading. I got one from Austin and San Antonio, and then Dallas, the record here in Dallas. So I'm being Texas soon. Yeah, so
absolutely, you have to.
I'm getting calls from promoters already out there, so we finna be out there.
Well,
we got a big summer coming. We got a big summer. I'm booked already to August already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just in Carolinas, Alabama, Louisiana every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but like, we finna, it's some stuff going down, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Tap in. If you ain't tapped in, go on and tap in now. I promise you.
Tap in.
All right, blessings, man. Blessings.
Later.
Blessings. Peace, y'all.